Well, welcome back to Subaru Oval. Three-quarter time here sees Palm Beach 38 points to the good over Broadbeach. Perfect afternoon on the Gold Coast. Finals around the corner, and this game isn't dead and buried yet, but 38 points is going to be a difficult margin to overcome for the Cats. Bigger than that though, both teams want to make sure they finish this game off well with their next outing to be a finals game of some description. Broadbeach, if they can somehow get over the line here and a couple of other results go their way, they could push up into a qualifying final. As it stands at the moment though, they'll have an elimination final to look forward to next week. Palm Beach have got the week off. Kane.
Yeah, just looking at it, guys like Troutman's been best on ground for me today. Plenty of work ethic across half back, got a heap of possessions. But the midfield battle has been the one for me. Just Palm Beach, just working extremely hard, dominating the direct opponent. And realistically, it's been more of a work rate situation where they've just been running off their direct opponents. And guys like Ericsson and Searle and Dengies haven't had their usual run off half back.
Let's see what unfolds in the final term here. If Broadbeach want to make some sort of a run at winning this game, they'll need to get started pretty quick smart. Croydon Dempsey C, call that one a draw. Tyne finds the footy though, as he generally does in the middle. Goes to Crowley. Askey in front of his opponent. Great handball to Harrison. Those two played a lot of junior footy together, I'd suggest. Ball comes to the near. Stubbs out the back. This will be number 6 for the afternoon. Trent Stubbs, yes sir. Yes sir. 6 of the best for Trent Stubbs this afternoon. What an inclusion he's been.
He's been absolutely dominant today, especially when the balls hit the ground. He doesn't look like the kind of bloke that has massive leg speed, but he's won the aerial contest one-on-one with his direct opponent. When the ball hits the ground, he's just been too good.
Doesn't lose his feet, does he? That's
Does
really
not
crucial.
lose his
He goes up for the grabs, but he doesn't go to ground. Stays on his feet, and that allows him to find it on the ground then. And he's reaped the rewards today. 6 goals, 1 he's kicked this afternoon. And if Palmy can keep him in their lineup, scary prospect of Jack Anthony looming large in a couple of weeks, hopefully for Palm Beach as well. Really dynamic forward line. As Tyne wins another centre clearance from a beautiful tap from Johnny Crode. Derek almost holding on to Hancock there, pushes him towards the ball. Hancock trapped it beautifully, although he gave it up. Nice work to follow up though. He's toiled pretty hard, Hancock, and now he's set upon by 2 and 3 Palm Beach defenders. And so the margin's pushed to 44 points, and you'd suggest it's nearly a bridge too far already, even though it's early stages of the last quarter. We're barely a couple of minutes in. Great, thumps it. Crowley was on the same page, but Dengies was sitting back, and he is able. I thought he was going to escort it over the line. He doesn't. Ericsson puts Cornish on his back, goes for a bit of a ride, and it doesn't go out of bounds, so the umpire's going to have to ball this one up. Crode just wandering over to this contest, flicks it back in towards play, couldn't quite find Stephen Tyne. Crowley trying to find it on the ground, couldn't do so. Ball comes out to the Cats, good tackle late, able to get a handball. I think that was Ericsson. Burge picks it up, wears a tackle or two, tries to get a kick, play on says the umpire. Cornish, quick snap, Stubbs again, what can he do? Almost being held, but play on says the umpire. That's Des Landy's playing on him and just desperately trying to stop him from getting near the ball.
Now, Darcy Dengies and Burge there. Darcy Dengies had the choice to go into the contest and follow Burge, or tried to duck out the back in case Broadbeach won. He decided to duck out the back, and Burge was attacking the footy. So, good effort by Burge there.
Crow to Tyne. Josh Woolley goes for a bit of a ride. And the umpire says unrealistic attempt, and it's going to be a free kick to Alex Rayner. A bit of an ungainly kicking style. Zach Harrison backing back nicely. Effect did really well there. Harrison, hot spot, players everywhere. Jesse Derrick.
Great kick there. And Burgess looks like he's coming off the ground there. Again, sporting that, whether it's an arm injury or a rib injury, it looks more like a rib injury.
It's a bit uncomfortable, and depending on how he actually is, you might put the cue in the rack for today.
Story of his footy career, Matty. Always getting in and under and copping a fair few whacks.
So we go back to Jesse Derrick. Kick 3 this afternoon.
I tell you what.
We will make that 4.
Tell you what.
Did he get the legs? What is she going to say, the goal umpire? I think she's happy with it.
It's all
the
clear.
Distance. He's kicked it. 4 goals, 1 this afternoon. 24 goals for 2019. Great finish from Jesse Derrick there. But really, we go back to Zach Harrison. He backed back with courage. Aidan Fife, I think, was the Broadbeach man behind him. Probably could have gone a little bit harder than he did, but allowed Harrison to come back hard enough to affect the spoil. Once he found it at ground level, he chipped it, and any one of 3 Palmy boys could have raffled that one. And the margin suddenly blows out to 50 points.
Again, we were talking about before, Matty, just unfortunately the Broadbeach player there just lost his foot into the worst possible second, which freed up his direct opponent to have a beautiful kick inside 50 and pick the right option.
So we go back to the middle. 50 points the margin here. We'll recall that one.
Shocking bounce there.
Broadbeach should be hoping to just run this game out, kick a couple of goals, take a little bit of positive energy in towards what looks like an elimination final next weekend. Who their opponent will be will depend on how all the potential permutations play out, but we know that Broadie will be there. We also know that Palm Beach will be in the finals, Morningside will be in the finals, and the team that conquered Palm Beach, look at this beautiful bit of play. Cornish pushes up one. Stephen Tyne, the skipper, they'd love this, the boys. He hasn't kicked it anywhere near hard enough, unfortunately, Stephen. But he's back in as well today, and as I was saying, Surface Paradise knocked them off last week. So Palmy, Morningside, Surface and Broadie, we know will be in the finals next week, and it's relatively even competition between them. Anyone can win this year. But Palm Beach, you would suggest the ones that are the ones to catch, given they've only been beaten once this year.
They've definitely bounced back from a disappointing effort last week as Palmy looked to cut this one off, but Broadbeach working well outside. Oh, here we go. We've got plenty of space here.
Benji Neal out wide to Hancock, and he can get it and go. Crow looks to shut him down, gives the handball. Needs just to sit up.
Look out.
Does okay, did pretty well. Joel Newman gallops forward, didn't use Chadwick by hand, goes to Cloak instead, he takes the mark. First time I can really remember they put it to the advantage side of Cloak, and no matter what Emblem tried to do there, the ball was always going to end up in the arms of big Jason Cloak, and he's going to go back and try and slot his third of the afternoon.
Well, Cloak's at the start of this game, he was only 5 behind Anthony in the race for the lead goal kicker this year, leading lead goal kicker this year. Who knows, if he can snag a couple, he might be able to tie it up.
You never know. A couple of late ones here. There's one. There's one for him. So he moves to 39 goals for the season. Jack Anthony's on 41. So that's a bit of interest for us for the rest of the afternoon. Can Cloak close the gap and draw level and potentially pinch it?
Who knows? But again, the main thing in that midfield battle today, realistically, Palm Beach have just absolutely dominated. They're running in waves. And unfortunately for Broadbeach, they just haven't been able to go with them today.
No, they haven't. It's been a strength of Palm Beach for a number of years now. The running football, and we saw an example of it there, the chain of handballs that led to a Stephen Tyne shot at goal. They just support each other so well, and there's such a even spread of contributors too. It's really important for them. So 8 goals on the board for Broadbeach, 15 to Palm Beach. Only interest really probably is the margin and what sort of momentum both teams can take into their finals campaign. And we're on Cloak, leading goal kicker watch as well. So ball comes down. We're going to have to redo this one. Umpire Ollie Pye running back into the middle here. And he'll throw it up again. Looks like Arnold's gone into the ruck against Harrison. Arnold wins a tap beautifully down, unable to get a kick on it, however. Harrison picks it up. Stephen Tyne tracking this one. Searle from the other direction. Good handball from Searle. Handball over the top. Hancock's away again on the outside. Kicking ball through to Neal. Not able to take it. Oh, well done from Mackenzie. It just bounced back beautifully to him. He goes long here. Cornish going to stand under it. Did well to hold his ground there. Very strong through the core, Tyler Cornish. Trying to find the footy. Couldn't quite do it. Searle drives on it. Gets a handball out. Trying to pick it up, Darcy Dengies. He could driven into the ground. Stephen Tyne. Play on, says the umpire, who's shielding his eyes at the moment from the sun.
He's almost planted him like a tree there on that
yeah.
tackle.
I was interested to see what they would say.
A little bit of push and shove here. You don't want to get reported at this point of the game.
Darcy Dengies and Jed Harrison just having a bit of a chat as they get themselves off the ground. We've already mentioned these two teams know each other really well. Harrison does well against Arnold. Tyne picks it up, drilled into the ground. They come forward again. Oh, Tyne's down. Tyne is down.
Hang on.
Really
didn't see what happened there.
No, it's just in the tackle. I don't think it's anything too untoward, but he did get driven into the turf. And we've already mentioned it's a very hard turf. He's got up. He's tough customer, Stephen Tyne. And with finals looming and the captain's armband, if you like, on his arm, he'll be keen to play some finals footy soon. They're really cracking in at the moment, but Burton gets it on the outside. He's going to chip out wide. Now we've got a foot race. Here we go. The bogey. Troutman just plays off him because he knows he doesn't have the speed to go with him. Good little chipping ball to Neil. That's a great touch. Neil will step back inside. Does so. Couple of options. Chadwick will take the mark and should go back and have a shot at goal. Brandon Chadwick. He's kicked 17 for the year. One of the even spreader contributors in terms of goal kicking for the Cats outside of Cloak. Denji's coming past for the handball. Not used. Chadwick does have good penetration in his kicking and is a known finisher. So well within his rights here to go back and unleash from about 50 metres and try to get his name on the scorecard for this afternoon. He's kicked it pretty well. Is it going to hang inside? No, it just pushes out. It's a behind. 8-6-54. Plays 15-7-97. Pretty good goal kicking this afternoon from Palm Beach. Very accurate.
Well, they only had 5 shots a goal last week, but probably the lowest score in, I reckon, 10 years.
Tell you what, Jason Cloak has just run straight through Dylan Troutman after he got rid of that ball. Downfield free kick paid, but perhaps a bit of frustration. Perhaps he's just trying to give a little bit of a reminder for the next time that they meet up. But it was unnecessary, and there's no Broadbeach player on the mark anyway, so Derek just goes by hand. He'll get it back. That's good running play. They'll go by hand again. Tell you what, there's a few boys hunting some body contact at the moment. This could be a very interesting last few minutes. Very interesting. I'm just assessing the tone of the game out there at the moment, and a few of the boys look like they're not going to put the cue in the rack for the afternoon.
This game could blow up very quickly. They've had a history, like you said, Matty. They really don't like each other in any way, shape or form, and that's been going on for years and years.
Genuine local derby, this one. You'd hope that they'd be remembering that there's finals on the horizon as of next week, and so nothing too silly will go on, and I'm sure they won't play on with that one. A little bit late, but he didn't do too much with it. Lovely gather from Mackenzie with the one hand. Good shepherd late as well. Allows Troutman at back. There it is again. There's another one. That's 2. Same player. And despite the egging on from the Broadbeach twos, it is undisciplined. I can't call it anything else at the moment.
Babogi just needs to pull his head in there. I don't know what he was thinking. The umpire was right there in front of it as well.
I can only imagine that perhaps they're trying to leave a bit of a lasting impression for next time they meet each other. Bit of psychological stuff involved here potentially, but it's not really going to achieve too much for the outcome of the game.
No
they
point.
Just chip it back. Sorry, Kane.
You're right. No, I was just going to say, mate, no point leaving an impression on your opponent if you can't even play the next week or two.
So they've gone right back to the defensive goal square with Munro. Munro just chips wide. Bit of sting's gone out of it for the moment as they chip it around. Denji's trying to track wide. McNevin didn't matter anyway that he dropped it. It was out of bounds on the full anyway, and Denji's will be the recipient of the free kick. Generally goes long, and this is going to be no exception. Thumps it in, long and hard. Cloak v Emblem yet again. Good contest, Emblem, good spoil. Cloak protected the front well. Coming in from the front there, unable to take it was Tyne, and Fisher just runs it over the boundary line.
Emblem has definitely worked extremely hard against Cloak. Emblem's probably just on top of that contest, I'd say, buddy. He's more times than not he's been able to punch the ball away. But mind you, Cloak's been used in a variety of roles today. They've been trying to free him up, but the main thing I've found with Broadbeach is if Cloak's not in the goal square, they really haven't had an option. Speaking of which...
Quick shot on goal from Neil, but he hasn't got the angle on it right, and under pressure puts it out of bounds on the full. But yeah, Emblem's a key to the Palm Beach team. Pretty versatile, but they do like him down back.
Is that Tyne again out there?
It is. It is. It's Thomas Tyne who's just kicked it straight to Nick Burton. I'd have to check the ages of those two boys, but there's a chance that they played Palm Beach Juniors together, those two. Yeah, you just forgot they're on different teams now, perhaps. So, Nick Burton, wasting no time, coming in. He's kicked one this afternoon. Straight in front, gets pretty close to the man on the mark, and that's led him to tug it left. And he's missed, just got too close to the man on the mark there.
You can't help reflexes sometimes when you've played with each other in the past. First instinct is to kick it to your one of your mates. So
if he had kicked the goal, Burton might have owed him a beer there. Maybe that's what he was after. But Jackson Emblem looking to go straight down the middle. And if this gets out the back, Palmy are everywhere in the forward 50, and it will not. Good smother there. It nearly did. Newman Picks it up. That was an important smother. Palmy were out everywhere out the back then. They stroll through the middle. Hines, Munro out the back's Cloak. Can he get one of the goals he needs to get closer to that leading goal scorer? Oh, crunched at the front.
Look here.
Good clean hand shown there. McBurney goes back to Emblem, just sweeping in the goal square. Lovely ball through here, and Thomas Tyne again. Just racking up disposals. He might come to Crowley, not used. Askey's pushing wide. Newhouse is asking for it. He wants to go longer. No one really there other than Woolley, who we might ask to jump on ahead. Couldn't get a jump at it, didn't need to. Crode will take it anyway. Drop that one,
Not
Big
paid.
John Crode. Marked pretty much everything this afternoon. Palm Beach
Crode.
running and away. Here they go. Ball through the middle. Needs to hold up Harrison. And does. Emblem did okay there.
McNevin free on his own if he can get it to him, but he's getting manned up now.
He's got to run about 20 metres back to get beyond his marker, unfortunately. Gives a handball to Woolley. Raking left boot of Josh Woolley.
Oh, look at the kick.
Terrific.
McNevin worked really well to actually free up that space for, who was it there? Stubbs again to run into.
Stubbs
Very smart play. Very smart play. Just freed up the space, just took his opponent away from that hole, and Stubbs again ran in for a very solid mark and sets up, I believe, for goal number 5 or 6. Number 7.
This will be the
Look
goal
out.
number 7 if he puts it through, and based on what we've seen today, you can just put down your glasses. Look at that. Commentator's curse, he hasn't even got close with that kick. You can forgive him. He's probably pretty tired of having shots at goal. He's kicked 6 goals 2 this afternoon, and he's been involved in other passages of play as well. Terrific game from Trent Stubbs this afternoon. And so, the Cats, Dengies, will bang it long. Will we see it? Oh, Cornish could have nearly smothered that. It's going to go up. Hancock, Crode, Hines, they all jump. No one really gets a hand on it. Then Darcy Dengies maybe at the back. And it spills out of bounds.
When you get 3 Broadbeach Cats up, going for the same ball, there is absolutely no one at the drop of the footy. And again, Crode pretty much took the 3 of them out anyway. So, bigger body.
Great tap to Tyne.
Oh,
Jack Harrison just stepping through the stoppage there. Jed Harrison, his brother, trying to take on 2 of them. Great crumb there from Hulls. Clever little banana kick coming from Biakis. Oh, Iski was at the foot of the ball. I thought Stubbs was going to get involved again. Well, dangerous kick across goal. We just got it to its intended target, which was
hang
Arnold.
on. Look out, there's a bit of push and shove.
Cornish and Dengies. I'll watch the footy, you watch the fight. Here we go.
It's a 3-on-1 here.
It's Cornish versus 3, I believe, but McBurney's got the footy. And Stevie Tyne gives a handball. I think one of the palmy old heads here need to go and pull Tyler Cornish out. Oh, they're dissipated now, though, as Darcy Dengies comes back again.
They come back for another crack.
Bit of a conversation. They
Here
know
we
each
go.
other really well. I'd be suggesting both players probably need to...
Dengies decided to give him a little love tap on the chin there.
Remember about next week, Jack Anthony's going to Tyler. Yeah, they're getting him off. They're going to take Tyler off.
Oh, look out. Speaking of which.
Stepping around, just palms off Dengies. Has a shot at goal and slots an absolute cracker. Big Johnny Crode kicks a beauty after the fend off, the don't argue on Darcy Dengies as Cornish comes to the bench just to get him out of harm's way and stop him from getting involved in anything any further than he already has.
Oh, look at that. Brother on brother too. They play on the same team. Just telling his brother, hey, just pull your head in, mate. We've got finals next week. And concentrate on the footy for the last few minutes of this game, because he definitely wasn't concentrating on it for the last couple of minutes.
Doesn't mind a conversation, Tyler Cornish. Doesn't mind a conversation with the opposition. So
it's good with brother and brother having a nice little chin wag there between... Geez, they might be talking about that one late tonight over the dinner table.
Back to the middle we go. Scoreboard's blown out a little bit here. 47 points the margin. Crode v Dempsey C. Good tap, although the Palmy boys, they do get in the end. Crowley over the top to Derek, back in his regular hunting ground.
Oh, Dengies again.
Game hunting, body contact. Derek wore it fine, no issues there. Arnold picks it up. Able to just stroll out of defence. Not a huge amount of pressure. Has a second bounce. He needs an option. He's going to run into trouble rather than out of it. Comes out wide to Ericsson. Good kick. Bogey pushing for him. Not going to get there. Otherwise, he's got nothing down this line except John Crode. So I wouldn't suggest he's going to go long down here. Comes out wide instead to Rayner. Rayner looks up and sees Crode still standing in the hole. Rayner Not much to kick to.
Crode's going to get
put
this.
Put it on Crode's head. Hines going to fly.
Oh!
Gee whiz. That was very solid, and hopefully Crode is okay because that's really hurt him. Hines didn't miss him there. Hines going looking for more body contact. That sounded pretty ordinary, to be honest. That was right on the cheekbone. Fingers crossed it's not too bad. Cornish back on the field. Looking not...
Oh, it just bounces in
Just
play.
lands in. I reckon there'll be a bit of an egg about to appear on Johnny Crode's left cheek, but hopefully there's no structural damage.
Hines, it looked like Hines actually, did connect with his cheekbone or jaw there, because there was a bit of a delayed reaction by Crode. He wasn't quite sure whether he got hit or not.
It was solid. They're having a bit of a chat at the moment.
He's definitely feeling it right now.
With the trainer, see what happens there, because he's crucial to Palmy's finals aspirations. Tyne somehow backs out with the footy. Denji's just drives him into turf for no reason again. Footy's gone.
Someone needs to get Denji's off, because I tell you what, he's starting to lose the plot a little bit here. And again, just looking around going, oh no sir, it wasn't me. But umpire's going, yes it was mate.
Well,
another free kick.
They played downfield. I thought it was going to come back to Thomas Tyne, but his older brother Stephen said, no, that's downfield, I'll have it and I'll poke it to nobody. Stephen didn't really kick it to anybody there. Jesse Derrick picks it up, looking for number 4. Woolley couldn't take the mark. Has that been touched? Doesn't matter, it's a behind anyway. 16-9-103, plays 8-7-55. Sorry, 16-9-105. Plays 8-7-55. 20 minutes played in the last quarter. And we'll do it all again. Chipping across. McNevin couldn't quite get there, and Ericsson marks, wheels and goes. Good play. Has one bounce. Met front on by Askey, able to find another patch of space. Good handball.
Oh, look out.
Fend off. Nicely done there from Neil. Over the top. Not a great handball. Now Stephen Tyne gets it. Knows he's got his brother out wide. Goes to Thomas now. Thomas looks in ball. Great kick. Jesse Derrick all on his own. Derrick's going to line up for his 5th of the afternoon, and so Stubbs with 6, Derrick with 4 at the moment, and potentially the completion of his handful, his bag for this afternoon here. Between the two of them, they've kicked more goals than Broadbeach this afternoon, so real factors they've been in that attacking arc.
It's really been the story of the day for Broadbeach. Every time they seem to be gaining a little bit of space, just the uncertainty on where that next possession's going to go. And again, another shot on goal from a turnover. But he's pushed it across.
He's missed that one. Don't know how many times Jesse Derrick would have kicked 5 goals, so he might be a bit disappointed there. We'll check in with him during the week about that. As I said, generally played a lot of midfield and a lot of back. I don't know how many bags of 5 he would have, so I'm sure he wants to complete it this afternoon as they come out wide. Newman, Munro couldn't get there. Took out Dempsey C though, and Dempsey C's hurt as a result. Harrison tackled immediately. Dempsey C picking himself up. Just having a look down at Johnny Crode. He seems all right down on the bench. He's having a conversation with the boys down there. So looks like he may have got away with it there. Nicely done there from Newman. Goes to Chadwick. Goes to Hine. Back to Chadwick. Chadwick throws on the left boot. Nearly works. Munro comes through hard. Nelson went down low with the attempted tackle and made it look pretty spectacular. Stephen Tyne picks it up. Doesn't have much to kick to. Kicks now. Askey versus 2 of the bigger Broadbeach boys. No chance for him to get on that one there. So
Angus Munro was very lucky. He threw the forearm out. He's lucky he didn't connect with the guy's face.
Newman goes deeper in defence here. He should probably come back to Rayner. He's going to go longer. And it's a good kick to Dempsey C. Dempsey C takes the mark, uses the run. He's in trouble from behind. Tyne doesn't take him down. Good mark from Hines. Wheels and goes. That is a very high, long kick. Cloak! Terrific effort. Too far out from what we've seen so far from Cloak, but you never know. He might find something here. As we've said already, he's currently sitting on 39 goals for the year. He's 2 behind John Anthony in the equivalent of the Coleman.
I tell you what.
He struck it beautifully.
I tell you what.
Why doesn't he have more shots at goal from 50 metres? Great kick. 40 for the year for Cloak. He's 1 behind.
Jeez.
He's got a few minutes here too. If Broady can get it forward to him, we might share the goal kicking this year. You never know. Was there anyone else in contention? Do you remember besides these 2?
No, I don't think so. There was a couple of blokes who were fairly close, but I'm pretty sure they're either not playing this week or they've been out injured for a little while. So I'm pretty sure it's just between these 2 at the moment.
Let's have a look. Or Sam Stubbs from the Vultures. We've forgotten about Sam Stubbs. Sam Stubbs, he had kicked 40 going into this weekend, so it depends what he's doing. Of course, Sam Stubbs would be in there. Mount Gravatt currently leading Labrador 2. We might see if we can get his kick 1.
As the ruck contest goes up, both.
He may have only kicked 1, Stubbs, which puts him equal with Jack Anthony 2. So we've got 2 as it stands on 41 and 1 on 40.
Could be a 3-horse race, basically. Have we ever had a 3-horse winner?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you?
Couldn't tell you. Our historian's got the day off as well. We'll find out, I'm sure. Crow looks like he's okay. He's ready to come back onto the field here. Good news there for the Palm Beach faithful. Benji Neal takes a nice grab. Where's Cloak? He needs one. He doesn't go to Cloak. What are they doing? Doesn't the bench know what's going on?
He's still in the goal square, 1 out if he goes long.
He might take one in the goal square. He needs 1 goal to level up the goal kicking. He might surprise us all and just take a hanger.
Oh.
Cloak. He's going to get a jump at it here. Cloak. Cloak. Oh, he got a left hand on it. Couldn't quite reel it in.
So close.
There's still time. There's still time.
There's still plenty of time for Cloak.
Yeah, a few minutes left here.
If they can lock it in here, Broadbeach. Oh my God.
That's one of the worst kicks you'll ever see from Sherman. Followed up by perhaps the second worst kick. But at least the shot at goal was a drop punt. But I don't think, maybe we'll just black out that whole bit of video and we won't bother watching.
Was that a drop punt? Was it Matty?
The shot at goal was. Dylan Troutman, I hope he's replaced his divot. Because that was as tired a kick as you'll ever see.
Shouldn't laugh, we've all done it before.
We have. Here he goes, makes a better fist of that one.
Oh.
Nicely done. Taken by Hulls. Hulls looks up, going to switch it out wide. Not taken by Marsden, keeps it in. No, he doesn't, goes out of bounds. Very tired boys out there, very hot afternoon. The game's been done and dusted for a while here. 42-point margin, or maybe a bit more than that. The scoreboard operators are struggling a bit
46.
over there. I think our scoreboard suggests 46. And so Cloak, can he milk a free kick? Can he grab it out of the ruck? Oh, is that in the back umpire? No.
He's still
Cloak,
a chance here.
He's trying to pick the footy up. He does pick it up. He kicks it.
Dangerous spot.
Good mark from McBurney.
Good effort. McBurney's been very good down back there, always going back with the fly of the footy and taking some very good contested marks.
Gives a handball to Troutman, switches back across to Tyne.
They might just hold on to the footy so Cloak doesn't get a chance here. But as we have a look, the big fella for Palmy's 1 out down this end of the ground.
Yeah, big Johnny Crow's just pushed the full forward, but the ball's 200 metres away at the moment as they try to run it out. Thomas Tyne just sends it out to the wings and no one really. Jesse Derrick may get there. He doesn't quite and it bounces over the top. Tyler Cornish, can he pick it up and go? Play on and out of bounds it goes in front of Denji's. Couple of minutes to go here in this one. Rocky Askey
Stubbs comes back on.
With that Mushtaka. Comes off for a rest. And Jed Harrison wanders over for another boundary throw in here against Dempsey C. Palm Beach Curumbin are going to go into the week off. Full of momentum. Home semi-final coming up for a chance for them to win their way through to a 4th successive grand final.
Oh, good grab.
And they'll try and win their 3rd in a row. Zach Harrison takes a great mark in front. Goes out wide. Marsden should just get this and go. He does. Wheels around, looks up. Crow couldn't take it. Stubbs out the back. Crow picks it up. Ball comes through. Good handball out wide. Can they hang on to the footy? Chadwick will end up with it. Needs a target. Goes by hand to Ericsson. Goes back to Chadwick. Can he hit a chest here? There's not much going on down the ground. He's just got to hack it forward. He's gone to Fisher, which is a great kick. Fisher couldn't quite handle it. Body contact came from Munro and he
Is that out on the full? No?
Hopefully Fisher's okay. I think he wore that one. He's very wobbly. Oh, they better get to him quickly, I'd suggest. I don't think there was any malice in it from Munro, but I think he's definitely got him. And
could have been a head clash there between those two, and the Broadbeach bloke has come second best there.
Oh, yeah, very wobbly. Someone should grab onto him. But Bogey's going to him now. Yeah, they need to hang on. It's going to delay the end of the game here. Jackson Fisher, really important player for Broadbeach. And it was body contact between Munro and Fisher. And our fingers are crossed that Fisher is okay beyond being obviously a little bit concussed at the moment. Hopefully no structural damage to his face at all.
I think if someone asked Fisher right now how many fingers are rolling up, he'd say fingers. I can't even see hands.
Yes. They'll just take their time here. Only about a minute of game time to go in this one, so that's unfortunate that something like that happens late in the game, but Broadbeach will be holding their breath, hoping that he's not too bad and that he's back out on deck next weekend for what we believe will be a home elimination final for the Broadbeach Cats next week. Harrison just gets rid of Dempsey C. Coming hard through. I think that's Benji Neal. Or it might be Burton, my apologies.
Here we go. Give it
Handball
to
across
Cloak.
to Irwin. Irwin goes over Cloak's head for a goal. Something to cheer about. Darcy Irwin kicks his second of the afternoon. Good bit of play from Burton, coming hard through the stoppage as Fisher continues to make his way off the ground here. Very groggy. They'll do all the checks necessary there, but
I'd say his day is done there.
So Harrison and Dempsey C, only a minute to go here.
Can Cloak get this last goal to even it up?
Well, that's the only interest. They're going to go forward. They need a mark. They might get it. Munro.
Oh.
I nearly marked it, Angus Munro on his back. Ericsson, where's Cloak? Where's Cloak? This is the man you want delivering it. It's not Cloak, it's Hines. It's Hines. And I think that'd probably be the last opportunity for Jason Cloak there. He's going to fall short. But it all depends on what Sam Stubbs is doing up the highway at the moment as to whether he can pinch it from Jack Anthony. But Hines coming in, this will just about be the last kick of the day. We may get a kick in or another centre bounce perhaps, but Jake Hines, left foot, just misses to the right.
Can Cloak do a Bazusto here and smother it off the kick
Well,
in?
Troutman might kick it like he did before and go straight to him. Here we go. Troutman. No, he's going to go long.
Oh, Cloak's hunting him.
Oh,
Oh,
tell you what, they both go down hard.
Oh, and Cloak's got a free kick.
No, I don't think so. I think it was a downfield free kick against Cloak.
Oh, no. He was pointing
There
that
it is. Final siren sounds. Palm Beach Curumbin run out 37-point victors. And they end the 2019 home and away season with just the one loss coming last week against Surfers Paradise. Fantastic effort from them. They moved to 60 points with 15 wins for the year, one loss, and they look likely again to be the team to beat for season 2019. Broadbeach today, gallant in defeat, you'd say, Kane. What do you think? Any best players for us?
Yeah, look, across the board, really, Lions really dominated that midfield battle, and you really look at their midfield, and guys like, again, Troutman, Burge, Crode, but also Emblem down back, Stubbs and Woolley down forward was a really good combination there. Kicked quite a few goals in between them. But probably for the Cats, really, Ericsson did okay as the game progressed, but he just couldn't get his hands on the footy enough. Searle got tagged early, but was trying to work back into the game. And Ryan Dengies really didn't get into the game at all. But Cloak presented well when he had the opportunity down forward and got that close to the goal kicking.
Well, we're interested to see how Sam Stubbs has gone up the highway, but pretty good synopsis there. I think it can be summed up by the goal kickers list. And when you look at Palm Beach and you see Stubbs ends with 6 and Derek ends with 4, and over on the other side you've got Cloak with 4, but really beyond that, not too much from the Cats. It was a very good performance from Palm Beach Curumbin. Some injury concerns. Jackson Fisher, real concern there. I just see Gus Munro, who was involved in the contact, going over to check in on his well-being. Adam McKenzie for Palm Beach went off injured as well. We'll wait to see what happens. We think that Crode's okay. He went back onto the field. Burge came off a bit injured, but one of their rewards for such a dominant season is they get a week off now, Palm Beach, and they can rest up. They can watch the other teams go at it next week, and suddenly the home and away season's done and dusted, and we head to finals football, the best time of the year. And so from Subaru Oval as the shadows lengthen, we thank you for joining us this afternoon. Palm Beach Curumbin, too good, but really all eyes turn to next week where finals football begins and the race to to the 2019 Quaffle Premiership will be on in earnest. Thanks very much for joining us. I've been Matt Carroll with Kane Browning. Thanks very much, Kane.
Thank you, Matt.
Been a pleasure. Enjoy your afternoon. Make sure you tune back in next week for finals football.